All right, so I'm here talking with,
Jason Bock.
and what is your role at the Twin Cities Code Camp?
I am part of the leadership team, and I've been with it since its inception.
All right, so how many years or how many times has Code Camp been happening? What number Code Camp is this?
We're number 10 right now. So I believe the first one started in fall of 2007,
Okay.
if I remember right.
Okay, so 4 or 5 years now?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. And how many attendees do we have today?
Today we have 327, and then there's one more day tomorrow, so we'll get some more. I know of a couple people myself that they couldn't come today, but they'll be here tomorrow. So the number of unique visitors we're going to get, unique attendees, is probably going to be the biggest we've had in our history so far.
Right.
So.
And we're here at the University of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
How long have we been at the University of Minnesota?
Since the sixth one.
Right.
So
This is a pretty nice venue.
I like it. It's, people will sometimes say, oh, the chairs are not the nicest, and it's a college campus, and admittedly it would be nice to have the outlets, and then I hear that stuff, and I totally agree with it. But the fact that we get this for a very low cost, and they pretty much let us have free reign of the facilities and the rooms, and it's been a really good relationship with the U of M. So it works out really well. It's worked out good for us.
So what's one thing you could name that maybe none of the attendees really know about that happens behind the scenes that's maybe interesting or something nobody would really realize actually goes on?
That we have to deal with every time, or just recently?
Maybe something happens every time.
Oh.
Whether it's planning or the actual day of the event or...
Well, I'll say this, there's more planning than I think people may realize. I mean, we have, because Andy's actually driving the camera right now, we have more meetings, like 2 or 3 meetings that happen between the span of each event. We have to talk to the U of M to make sure that we have the days set up and that we have rooms that we want to have available. We have to talk to the vendors and the sponsors, make sure that they, we can get the money for this and prizes and all that other kind of stuff. So there's a lot of planning that happens behind the scenes that I don't think people will see. It's not that they don't appreciate it or they don't really realize it, but there's more to it that goes on that I think you have to kind of sit down and think, yeah, we have to spend a couple meetings and some time on our own to put this all together.
Right.
So.
We've got some pretty nice prizes from some of our sponsors this time.
Yes, we do. And what's nice is that a lot of the sponsors, I know the first couple of code camps, they give us like the Xbox or they give us a Zune or something like that. Whereas now it seems like it's more, here's the money and just kind of use it as you need it, which for us, planning because you're part of the leadership team, and so is Andy, putting together the event and planning and then being able for us to allocate the resources and what we want to do with that money is much easier than just saying, well, here's this and now give it away. And we appreciate when companies do that. If they want to give away training or books or whatever, that's fine, that's great. But having the money that we can go off to Best Buy and buy all sorts of great stuff for people for prizes at the end, and having the stuff for breakfast and the treats. People go nuts for the treats in the afternoon. They just it's like locusts just right at it. So that's nice.
Yep. So what is maybe something that is in store for Code Camp 11? If there's really something awesome we can do, what would you like to see happen?
I've heard from a couple of things. Like I know Brian Hogan pinged me and said, have you thought of doing like a session or two that's actually 5-minute sessions? And my first reaction was, wow, that's really fast. And I'm not sure I go with. My gut reaction was, no, not really. But then I had to say I got to think about that. Maybe doing something like shorter 20-minute sessions in the afternoon. Maybe this is one thing I've seen from one code camp is that instead of having 2 in the morning, 5 and 3 in the afternoon, just do 2 and 2. Because then you don't get that last session at the end of the day where people are struggling to get through and make it till 5, and people are, getting a little tired, although with that snack that gives them the sugar rush and
Right.
to kick it in. So we're always interested in hearing what people have to say about doing different things. The whole idea of doing a 2-day event was just, Chris Williams kicking me in the butt enough to finally say, let's do that. And I think that's turned out to be something we're going to continue to do. As far as I can see, I think this is now going to be just a continual 2-day event from this point on. We're always interested in hearing what other people have to offer in terms of ideas. We have 3 people doing like a chair type of table event. In the last session, 3 guys that are into Azure, they're going to have all of them up there and maybe make almost like an open QA. Stuff like that. I think we're also expanding what we accept in terms of talks. Code Camp has always been code-centric, always showing code, and we don't want to get away from that. We want to still have that focus. But I think we've been a little bit more lenient and accepting of talks that are developer-centric, but not code-centric.
Right.
You know, they're topics that are relevant to developers and helping out maybe with project planning or how to better their career, or maybe go off and do being independent. How would you do that? So talks like that maybe don't show the code up there, but a developer definitely wants to know about. So there's nothing that I don't think we have planned right now for Code Camp 11, but if anybody has ideas, we're definitely willing to listen to see how we can shake things up and keep them relevant for the people that are actually coming, because that's what this event is all about, for the people that attend.
Right. So last question, what do you like best about the Twin Cities Code Camps?
What do I like best? I'd say I would love to be able to just come to the event and sit down on some of the talks. Again, Brian Hogan, he came up to me this afternoon and he said he was extremely impressed already with all the talks that he's sat down and listened to, and I'd love to do that. That's why I actually go to other events like Iowa Code Camp or Fox Valley, Data.net and stuff like that, because then I don't have to plan it. I can just sit down, maybe do a talk, but then watch other people do their thing and learn from them. I really can't do that here. I want to be a little bit more available for things that happen, but it's still fun to put this together, to get people excited about it, to find the sponsors to get this going, and to see people really enjoy this. I still get enjoyment out of it, and that's what I find fun about this.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Who's in your jersey? There he is, Chris Warcraft, ladies and gentlemen.